All right, guys, welcome to our team call. It is Monday, March 28th. So last week of the month. So who's excited? End of the month. End of the month, crunch time, right?
Big time.
That's me too. I know, I feel like I haven't been home for like 3 weeks or something like that.
Kind of close to 3 weeks, yeah.
Minor details. Will you shut the door? Because that's a little noisy. So while we were gone and on the cruise, I had the 7-step funnel system posted on our team page. Did you guys all see that? Okay, Trina did. Nate kind of did. Marcy didn't. Okay, so I'm going to go through and explain it a little bit more tonight.
It's dummy proof.
Yeah, it makes it really super easy to know, like, when you should be contacting people, and then like when is a good time to actually send an invite. Okay, so but before we start that, do you guys want to share like your goal for the rest of this week, like your end of the month goal?
Success Club.
Success Club.
Three people.
Attaboy.
8.
Help 4 people.
4 people.
help 5 people. Trina. Help 10 people.
Is that people or points?
10 people.
Nice.
Sweet. Oh, Bridget's on. Hey, what's up, Bridget? Wait. I still have to help 3.5 people this month. So yeah, those single Success Club points are tricky. So Bridget, what is your goal for the end of the month, this last week of the month goal?
It's to be at 10. I'm at 6 right now.
Sweet. So help 2 more people this week.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So, Bridget, did you see the 7-step funnel system that I posted for our, like, instead of our team call when we were on the cruise?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I told you a little bit about it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Misty's on. Hey, Misty. What's your goal for the end of the month? Like this last week, end of the month goal?
Me?
Yeah.
End of the month goal. I gotta wrap up like some people I've talked to, so I'm trying to wrap up 2 people. That's
Okay.
my goal.
Help 2 people. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Did you see the 7-step funnel system that I posted in our team page 2 weeks ago?
It was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So did you see it?
I did. I printed
Okay.
it off, but
Okay.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what it was, but I have heard of funnel systems before.
Okay, so that's kind of what the call tonight is going to be on, and I really don't think that it's going to take very long to go through, but I'm going to share my screen real fast, and let's see. Okay, so you guys can see my screen, right? And it's like super crazy right now. All right, so this is what I shared with you guys, is this printed out or printable PDF. And obviously, if you can see, I did 5 lines to each color, or each individual, like every other color, if you can see those. So if you're adding 5 new friends, you can put them all right here. If you're adding like 3 friends and then messaging like long time no talk to type friends, you can put them in the extra spots. And then, so that's if you guys want to print them out and have them physical paper, which is what I thought I was going to do until I started printing them out. And I was like, oh my heck, I am using so much ink and I am using so much paper. I really think that I should go digital. So I'm going to show you what I did to have this all digital in just a second. But let me explain it a little bit to you. So step one is obviously get new friends or figure out who you're going to message, right? And then for step number one, you like and comment on a few of their posts. Okay, so pretty easy. You go to their page, you like and you comment on a few of their posts, so that they know that you're like starting to, so that you're seeing their posts, all that good stuff. You're starting to make that connection. Then 2 days later, okay, so like let's say this is Monday, and then this is Tuesday, and then this is Wednesday. On Wednesday, when you're doing step number one with these guys, you're going back up and doing step number two with the people from Monday. Does that make sense? I hope so. I can't see you guys. Yeah? Make sense? Okay. And so step number two is like and comment on a few of their posts and message them. Okay. So when you message them to connect, that's basically just saying, hey, I saw a few of your posts. It looks like your kids had fun swimming at the pool, or whatever it is you saw from their posts. Okay, so then you just message them back and until the conversation goes dead or whatever, basically. And then to go to step number three, that would be 2 days later, 4 days later, to go to step number three for these guys, and then you'd be going to step number two for these guys. I hope that all makes sense, you guys. Did you fart? It stinks.
Oh,
Gosh dang!
protein, Shakeology, and creatine. It's not good.
Well, you should like open up a window or something. That's not fair. He's sitting down there just like chilling.
You married it.
Yeah.
Stinking me out. Oh my gosh. It's so bad. Okay, back to talking.
Deep breath, Megan. Deep breath.
No deep breath. No breathing at all.
Don't overdo it on the creatine, Nate.
Oh,
Gosh, for real. You had to do that in here.
Do you want to miss the team call?
Okay. Oh my gosh, it is still really bad. My eyes are watering. Okay, so step number three is you check your message history to see what all you've talked about, and then you follow up with them, and then you start to form them, okay? So basically asking about them, you guys know family, occupation, recreation, and then send your message. So basically you're working on the 4, okay? Family, occupation, and recreation, okay? And then 2 days later, you go to step number 4, which is follow up in messages, continue to form them, okay? So if you've already talked about their family and their occupation, then ask them about something that they like to do for fun, something recreation-wise. Then in 2 days, you go to step number 5, which is invite them to a challenge group, a coach open house, coach opportunity, clean eating group, whatever it is we're inviting to that week is basically what you invite them to. And in order to do that, really it's just a matter of, oh, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested in this at all or not. You know what I mean? Like, just put it out there of like, either way, I don't care what you want to do, but here's what I have to offer. Just say, I've got this fitness group that's getting ready to start next Monday or whenever the challenge group is starting. I don't know if you have any health and fitness goals that you want to work on. Would that be something that you'd be interested in learning more about or something like that? You know what I mean? And so when you're going to step number 5, that's technically 2, 4, 6, 8 days in. And so hopefully it makes sense that when you're going to step number 5, you're going to step number 3 with these guys, and step number 2 with these guys. I hope that makes sense. So you're basically liking and commenting and messaging 2 days later, messaging 2 days later, and then sending an invite. So by the time, because I know a lot of us are like, okay, well, you message, and then it's like, when is a really good time to invite? This kind of makes it dummy proof on inviting. And so you know that if you've done these 4 steps before, you've made enough connection with them to invite them to join you to do something like this. Okay? And then 2 days later, you go to step number 6, which is, did they respond? And then, you know, if they did, figure out what you need to do from there. If they didn't, get back in touch with them and remind them of the deadline, okay? Because when you invite them to this group, the Coach Open House, the Clean Eating, or a challenge group, you'll tell them it starts on blank, okay? And so in 2 days, when you're following back up with them, you remind them of the deadline. Because I know if you don't have a deadline, it just becomes one of those things of like, oh yeah, I want to do it. But if you don't like, okay, this is when we're starting, they may just always just want to do it forever and ever, but then really never do it. Does that make sense? And then in 2 days, go to step number 7. Step number 7 is if they don't respond, put back in rotation to start at number 1 again in 90 days. Okay, so, and on the one that I'm going to show you in just a second, I did 2 extra boxes to fill out. So here's my Google, I made a Google sheet is basically what this is, okay? And so the thing that I like about this is I can add extra lines, extra people to each day, or you can, like if you don't get a hold of 5 people, you can delete 2. Does that make sense? So you can more customize your list as you go. Because the ones that you print out, if you do more than 5 in one day, you're either going on to the next day and then they're not going to be blocked to go from 1 step to 2 steps to 3 steps all at the right time. So I put the date, their name, and then notes. I go, if it's a new friend on Facebook, I'll put an N for new. Or if it's an older friend that you've had that you just started reaching out to on Facebook, I'll put like an O, okay? So new and old friends, okay? And so that you know it's a new friend or an older friend. And then also in the notes, I'll put FB for Facebook, or LP for like page, or IN for Instagram, okay? Just wherever you're talking to these people, what social media, okay? And then you can just mark off the X's from step 1, mark off step 2, mark off step 3. And then I put, because see, I guess you could put what they decide to do in their notes, but I put it down at the end as a result, okay? So they want to do it but can't get started until next Friday, or they're not ready right now, and then start again on this date 3 months later. So does that make sense? Yeah? I hope so. Okay, I just flipped back to you guys so I can actually see it. All right, so do you guys have any questions about that, or thoughts, or any kind of input? Oh, and Misty, we lost her.
I like it.
You like it? Okay. So basically, what's that, Nate?
Oh, I was just going to say, I like the format because it's just a lot easier to track where you're at in a conversation with somebody as opposed to chasing your Facebook like, flag, undo, roll, hope and pray you get to the right side. And, oh, by the way, I still need to talk to these people that are way down on the list now.
Right.
I found that I'm really missing a lot of opportunities with a lot of people. So I like that tracking method.
Yep, exactly. And then I know if you do it in Google Sheets, you can actually go in and search stuff too. You know what I mean? Like you can search keywords. So if somebody messages you and you want to go back in and see your notes that you made for that person, you can search for their name and it'll bring up that information. So my plan, because really what this is doing, I mean, it's basically taking my Power of 3 chart and condensing it. Really. I mean, the only thing that I guess that it doesn't have on there is like your posts, which if you want to, you could add another box at the end that says post done for the day or something, you know what I mean? Or have like a separate checklist for checking in on coach groups, checking in on challenge groups, sending birthdays, and doing your posts. And it doesn't have like the 3 vital check down at the bottom that the Power of 3 chart has, but it's got like my plan, because in the Power of 3, you add 5 new friends and you send messages to 5 old friends. So my plan is to do 5 and 5. Okay. Or 10 each day, really. And then just starting those conversations and moving all those people through the steps. I haven't gone through and put it to a timer yet to do like a power hour with this. But I want to. So, go through and say, okay, you've got 5 minutes to send out your 5 new friend requests. Okay. And then, because what I'll probably do is I probably won't like and comment. It'll kind of be the same as sending out the Hey Girl messages. I probably won't like and comment on the people who accept my friend request that day. So I'll put in the list of names, but I won't start them on number 1 until the next day. Does that make sense? Because I know when you send out friend requests, they don't hurry and accept them right away so that you can move them to step 1. Okay. I hope that makes sense.
No, absolutely. There's a lot of people that have their settings set where you can't like on their stuff until you become friends. So.
Until you're friends. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, so I'll probably add those people, and then the next day they'll go to step 1. If that makes sense. Okay. So really that takes care of the first 2 boxes. And then if you're sending out 5, reconnecting with 5 older friends, like 5 current friends on Facebook, that takes care of the 3rd box. And then, like I said, the posts, but then it also takes care of inviting to a challenge group, inviting to Coach Open House, inviting to a clean eating group. It takes care of all of those boxes too. So anyhow, so that's all I've got. So are you guys, who's excited? I mean, obviously the way I do things is not the way everybody needs to do things. Okay. I just find the things that I think would work best for me, and hey, Pi, and share that with you guys. So who is planning on keeping with the Power of 3 list or whatever current list you're staying with?
I think I'm going to try and incorporate both.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking 50-50 split too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mixing them together. Okay. Sweet. That sounds good. So, if I get like a timer list all done up, who would want to do a power hour with the 7-step funnel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are you guys all still? I feel so bad with the hitting our goals group that I haven't been in there for like 4 weeks, probably, because the week before the cruise, the week of the cruise, and then the week of California. Yeah. So I think now that I'm back getting back into like a regular routine, I'll be in there a lot more, and probably half an hour before I do a power hour, I'll post in there and see who wants to go live again. So
Sweet.
does that sound good? I mean, do you guys think that the live power hours help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been.
I get a lot more done.
Yeah, I do too. But Megan, since you haven't been on, I've actually been doing it with my team.
Uh-huh.
They love it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's good. So
And
if you guys have any of your personal sponsored coaches that you want to add into that hitting our goals group, and then honestly, if any of you guys, like it doesn't always have to be me saying, hey, you guys want to do a power hour? Like any of you guys can say, hey, you want to do a power hour? And just put the link to your Zoom on. And then anybody that's in that group that
Can't
wants
they do
to
the
hop on,
Facebook Live in there?
Facebook Live.
You can't interact the same.
No?
Yeah, and Facebook Live, it like saves it to your
Oh, let's try it.
Facebook page.
I don't know if
So-
you can do it in groups differently.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
but not great idea.
So yeah, so if any of you guys want to do a live power hour with anybody who's in that group who wants to hop on, seriously, just post in the group and say, hey, I'm going to do a power hour in however X amount of minutes that you're ready, and say, here's the link to this power hour.
Okay.
Okay.
What group is this, Megan?
It's called Hitting Our Goals and Beyond, I think is what I called it.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you in there, Misty?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it.
Okay. So yeah, so you're probably not in there. I'll go in right now and add you if you want to be in that group. And anybody else who's watching the replay of this, if you want to be added into that group, just send me a message and I'll add you into that group.
What is it? What are you doing in that group?
It's basically just daily accountability for your 3 vital behaviors.
Moving forward.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
What are we doing in the group? We're moving forward. Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome.
So
You
that'll
have
be
it.
good. Oh, Scott just added you into it.
Okay, thanks.
Perfect. Thanks, babe.
Just
So-
post that.
But then, like I said, if you guys have any, like Bridget, any of your personal sponsored coaches that you've been doing that with, if you want to add them into that group,
Okay.
you know, the more the merrier. So,
I'll ask them to be in it.
yep. I didn't want to be posting all of the stuff that I post in that group in our team page for the fact of the discount coaches being like, oh my gosh, these people all the time, you know what I mean? So I wanted a more business-minded group to have like daily accountability for all 3 vital behaviors. So
Sweet.
if that sounds good. So I'll probably go and get a timer set up and do you guys want to try, what time have you guys been doing your power hour?
9:30.
We've been doing it at 8. Our
8?
team has been.
8 in the morning.
That's right, Megan. I've been waking up early.
Dang! I've been sleeping in. Well, the last week I've been sleeping in. The week before that, we were up 6 o'clock every morning going and doing the workouts, the live workouts with the trainers. So, yeah.
Some.
But in California, I didn't so much wake up very early, like 9 o'clock. And then, but it was kind of nice because the workout room had windows out to the pool. So we went and ate breakfast. I went and worked out, and the kids went to the pool.
Nice.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. And then usually after that, we went to the beach. So it's all good. So, okay, Marcy, what time have you been doing your power hour?
I'm usually around 1 or 2.
1 or 2, so like afternoon. Scott's at
Mhm.
2 afternoon. Okay, and Trina, you're later at night, except for
I've been
Oh my
doing
gosh.
the last 3 weeks, but pulling my hair out.
Come on.
don't pull your hair out. You're doing good.
I'm good.
You're doing good. So what day are you on?
3 weeks will be Wednesday at 5 o'clock in the morning.
3 weeks on Wednesday of no
Boom,
smoking.
baby.
Nice job.
So that's what she's been focusing all energy on overcoming that. So,
You'll never
That's a
forget
good
that
deal,
day
though.
either.
yeah, it is
Make
good.
that date stick.
It is good. You've got it. I know you can do it. Is this the longest you've been?
No, I used to smoke for a year, quit for a year, smoke for a year.
Really? So you quit for a year and then start again?
I don't plan on starting again, ever.
Well, we're gonna quit for a year and then quit for another year and then quit for another year, infinity.
Okay, I'm on board.
Sweet. So, sweet. All right, you guys. Well, I will get a timer all set up and put together for doing a power hour that still has all the other stuff that the other power hour has, but more incorporating it towards the funnel system. Okay.
Sweet.
So like send out your invites, take these guys to step 1, take these guys to step 2. So it might actually take, by the time, like, step 7 would be 2 days. That would be 2 weeks. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes because we're obviously not going to have tomorrow people going to step 7. So, yeah, that's going to take a little thought process. So maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
You're naked.
We'll
No,
just,
that was part of why, like with Marcy, I'm looking at doing 50-50 because it'll take time to get everybody rolled into it.
into the funnel
And
system.
then learning the new habits of doing the new system is going to take a little time too. So
Right.
Yeah.
putting the two together will help me get through the entire program.
Incorporate it a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So, because I know with the funnel system, you technically don't have, I guess you could, if they get all the way through 7 and say, I'm not ready till next Friday, then you still have to follow up with them before next Friday. It's not like you can put them in the 90 days to follow up with them. You know what I mean? So I guess you will still have follow-ups, but, for the most part, I think it's just going to roll everything all together. But obviously, the first couple weeks of getting everybody starting to roll in through that funnel system is going to be a little bit of a learning curve. So we'll just have to play it by ear, see how it goes.
I really like how it focuses on your people skills. I can post all day long. I can do all kinds of cool Facebook posts and silly shit that way. But when it comes to focusing on talking to the right people, that list that list really brings it together that way. And that's
Mhm.
a lot of where I screw myself up on. My focus is I can do all the other stuff. It's fun, easy, and simple.
Mhm.
But reaching out and talking to some of these guys with the hard questions and all that, I like the focus list that's just more specified toward to, just talking to people, because that's the core of what we need to be doing. The messaging or the posting, that's all fluff,
Mhm. Yep, it really is, because for the most part, people do not like see your post, even if you're saying, message me if you would want, if you want more information on what I'm doing. Most people are still like, I don't know, even though you say, go ahead and contact me. A lot of people are still really super shy, I guess.
And if they don't do it in that exact moment, they have to work to find that post to put that comment on anyway. So it's not saying there was a no or anything involved. There could have been a thought process that came into play, but they have to work to go back to find that area to comment, message, or like, or any of that stuff. So if it's not a instant spontaneous, it's not going to happen most likely.
Right. Yep, exactly. So I think the majority of our business all comes from the private messages. So, and if you're not doing those, even if you're doing all the posting and everything, everybody's like, oh, good job. Way to kill that workout. Like, cool. So, and you guys know that I think what I'm going to start doing for messaging, like at least maybe every other day of messaging your older Facebook friends, going back to your post, like whatever your most engaging Beachbody post was from the day before or whatever, and see who liked it. And from those likes list, okay, that's where I'm going to start picking out the people that I start liking and commenting and then messaging, because they're obviously like following you and somewhat interested, you know what I mean, if they're willing to click like on it. So I think that's where I'm going to start finding or start messaging my older Facebook friends rather than maybe, every other day, because you still want to engage with the friends list at the bottom of your list, because more than likely those guys aren't even seeing your posts. So I'm thinking every other day, switching back and forth of where you're finding your long time no talk to friends.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
good.
it.
So,
That's the amount.
less than 1 minute. Does anybody have anything else? Anything else you want to add?
You rock. It's awesome to be back on a team call.
Yeah, I know.
Tell Marcy we were on last week, but nobody got on.
We were on.
I was a little
I figured it was vacation time still, dude.
Yeah, it was kind of vacation. I was a little stressed about the room that we were in. So I got him to move us to a clean room, and we also got $40 food credit.
Nice.
So we had free breakfast the next morning. So whatever, I was just like, I can't stay in this room. All right, you guys. Well, I will let you go, and I'll be posting tomorrow morning in that Hitting Our Goals of when I'm going to be doing a live power hour and see if we can start incorporating the funnel system.
Boom.
Boom.
Sweet. All right, you guys. Now we are ready for some things. Oh, you guys crack me up. All right. Have a good night.